This video is brought to you by Altium 365, where the world designs electronics, and Octopart, the fastest search engine for electronic parts.
Hello and welcome to another video. Today, we will be dividing into the various aspects of the 3D visualization feature in Altium Designer. Make sure to stay tuned until the end for additional information that will assist you in your design process. Altium Designers provides robust 3D design capabilities that empower designers to visualize and validate their PCB designs within a dynamic 3-dimensional environment. Let's explore some notable features of Altium Designer's 3D design capabilities. Number 1. 3D PCB visualization. Altium Designer provides the capability of visualizing your PCB design in a realistic 3D representation. This allows you to observe the components, traces, vias, and other elements of your board within a 3-dimensional space. This comprehensive perspective enhances your understanding of the physical layout. Next thing, Altium Designer's 3D design capability encompasses collision detection and clearance checking, enabling the identification of possible physical conflicts between components or between the PCB and the mechanical enclosure. These features allow for early detection and resolution of such conflicts. Next is step model and enclosure design. Altium Designer lets you use 3D step models to accurately depict non-electronic components like connectors, heat sinks, and enclosures in the 3D view. This helps you see how these components interact with the PCB and make better design decisions. Last is 3D export and documentation. With Altium Designer, you can easily export 3D models in different formats, making it convenient to collaborate with manufacturing partners. Moreover, you can generate detailed 3D assembly drawing and documentation to offer a comprehensive understanding of the physical design. Now we're going to learn how to activate the 3D view in Altium Designer. After creating the project, starting from the library to schematic, and exporting to PCB, and completing the layout, we can check the physical appearance of the PCB by activating the 3D view. To activate the 3D view, simply press the number 3 on your keyboard, or you can press on View, then click 3D Layout Mode. Next is navigating a PCB 3D View Layout Mode. Within the PCB editor's 3D Layout Mode, you have the flexibility to zoom, rotate, and navigate through the board using a combination of keyboard and mouse controls. To zoom in on the board, simply press and hold the Control key on the keyboard and simultaneously right-click, then gradually move the mouse upward. Conversely, to zoom out, move the mouse downward while holding the Control key and right-clicking the mouse. Next, to pan the board in 3D View Layout Mode, you can simply right-click and hold the mouse while moving it in the desired part of the board that you want to see. If you want to rotate the board, simply press and hold the Shift key on the keyboard, then right-click on the mouse and move it either to the left or right, depending on how you want to rotate the board. If you want to quickly rotate the board to the opposite side, you can use a shortcut. Press the V key in the keyboard to access the View toolbar, and then press the B key to select the Flipboard option. This shortcut allows you to rotate the board to the other side directly. Next, to change the view in 3D layout mode, simply press the 0 key on the keyboard to revert to the original rotation of the board. Press the 9 key to rotate the board by 90 degrees, and press the 8 key for an orthographic view of the board. If you need to make adjustment or layout your PCB and want to switch back to 2D view, simply press the number 2 on your keyboard to return to 2D mode. Moving on, we have the 3D view configuration settings. When in 3D layout mode, you can access additional options to customize the board's appearance in 3D through the View option tab located in the View configuration panel. Now that we have discussed a lot about 3D visualization of your PCB design and the keyboard shortcuts for navigating the boards in 3D mode, let's now discuss how to add a 3D body to our footprint that will later be imported into the PCB document. Now I will show you some of the websites where you can download free step files that can be imported as 3D bodies into the PCB footprint you created. There's Ultra Librarian, NapEda, 3D Content Central, and GrabCAD. Within the PCB library file, while viewing the footprint, Proceed to add a 3D body and choose a 3D step model to incorporate into the 3D body. Just click on Place, then click 3D body. A dialog box will appear where you can select the appropriate step file that matches the footprint you created. For this case, click this one, then click Open. Now the 3D body will appear. Simply position the 3D body precisely aligned with the pad of the footprint. To verify the alignment, press number 3 on your keyboard to activate the 3D mode. This will allow you to check if the alignment is correct. In the Properties panel, you can set the rotation of the 3D body to align it with the landing pad of the footprint you created. When adjusting the alignment of the 3D body, use the mentioned keyboard shortcuts to navigate the PCB in 3D mode. Input the appropriate standoff height where the 3D body will fit properly. Adjust the settings accordingly until the desired alignment is achieved. Now let's go back to the PCB document. If you want to see and check each component that has a 3D body, go to the panel and open the PCB panel. Then select the 3D Models option to view the components with their respective 3D models. At the bottom part, you will see a list of components with 3D bodies. Click on each component and it will automatically zoom in to the area where the component is placed. It is beneficial to individually check each component in the 3D view as it allows you to verify if the components are properly aligned. This is particularly useful if your product includes an enclosure as it helps you see if the components fit accurately within the enclosure. 3D view in Altium Design will also help you visually identify connectors and other components that require accessibility for servicing. By utilizing the 3D view mode, you can create a more comprehensive hand assembly instructions, user manuals, and guides. These materials will feature images and closely resemble the actual visual experience, providing users with a more realistic representation. Additionally, you have the ability to experiment with different colored solder masks. This enables you to design a visually appealing product that seamlessly integrates with its enclosure and surroundings, enhancing its overall aesthetic appeal. Next, we will learn how to generate 3D type output. Altium Designer offers various file options where you can generate your 3D output. It depends on the specific output file format you desire. The options vary based on your preferred output file type. Now let's start with the easiest and quickest method, which is likely familiar to everyone: screen capture. To capture a screenshot of the 3D view of your board, simply press Ctrl+C on your keyboard. An option will appear where you can choose the DPI or the dots per inch of the copied image. Select the desired option and click OK. Now, the 3D board design will be automatically saved to your clipboard. Go to the desired window where you want to paste the copied screen capture. Then simply press Ctrl+V. The screen capture will be pasted into the window. Next, let's learn how to export the 3D board design as an image file. Just click on File, Export, then select PCB 3D Print command. Now choose the destination to save the image file. Once you have chosen the destination to save the image file, the PCB 3D Print setting dialog will appear. In this dialog, you can configure the render resolution, choose the desired board view, and specify the image format. Next, let's explore how to export the 3D board design as a PDF file. Did you know that you can export your 3D board design as a PDF? allowing you to hover over and navigate through the design within the PDF file. To accomplish this, you will need Adobe Acrobat version 9 or newer, as it supports the 3D motion required for exporting the 3D board design as a PDF with interactive navigation. Just click on File, Export, then click on PDF 3D. Save the PDF file in the desired location of your choice. Now the Export 3D Options dialog will appear. This is where you can modify the settings for the output file to your preferences. Just click on Export. Now this is the output file for your 3D PDF. So that concludes our lesson on the 3D visualization feature of Altium Designer. There are still many more aspects to explore in utilizing the 3D view mode and creating 3D bodies. These were just some basic pieces of information about the 3D view, and it serves as a good starting point for effectively navigating your board design. So stay tuned for other videos, and thank you for watching.